Hi everyone, welcome to my study channel. So this is Gaurav and today we'll be taking a look at while loop in Python. So as a part of a while loop, Python gives you a functionality to execute a set of code while a certain condition is satisfied. So let's take a look at how would you write such a query in first of all plain simple English, and then we'll be writing some sample queries. So the way to write this overall, the code with using while loop is going to be that first of all, you'll write while, and then you will be writing the condition that you would want the system to check. And then afterwards, you'll write the codes that you would like to execute if those conditions are satisfied. So let's take a look at an example. Let me just first of all write a quick query. All right, let me just quickly execute that. So let's see what happened here. First of all, I assigned a variable a with a value 1, and then I'm checking while a is less than 5 or not. So at this point in time, the value of a is 1. So yes, it is less than 5. And if it is satisfied, then as you can see that the system did provide me a flexibility to add some indentation, which is both of these lines of the code will be executed if this condition is satisfied. And given this condition is satisfied right now, first of all, the system printed a, and then I'm incrementing the value of a by a plus 1. So now the new value of a is going to be 2. Now this will keep on executing up until this condition is satisfied. So now that the value of a is 2, it will go back and it will see that is it still less than 5 or not. And yes, it is. Then it will go ahead and print it out as 2. It will keep on going up until it has reached 4. So now after 4, it checked whether the condition, first of all, it printed a, which is 4, and then it will increment the value of a by 1. So now it is 5, and it checked that is it less than 5 or not. It is. It's not less than 5 anymore, and that's why the code will not execute anymore. So at this point in time, I can say that that's pretty much it for a while loop. But there are a few other things that I would like to explain here. So let's play around a little bit with a while condition. Let me just make some tiny bit of a change here. Let me just comment out this condition. Let me execute the code again. Now you will see that this code is kind of executing, and it is stuck in an infinite loop. So let me just first of all stop and explain what's happening here. What's happening here is that first of all, you assigned a value of a is equal to 1. You checked a is less than 5 or not, and then you're printing it. But now, rather than incrementing it by 1, you're just going straight back up and you're checking it again. So you're not increasing the value of a anymore. Now with this, what's happening is that code is now stuck in an infinite loop. So this can very much happen in a real life as well. Let's say you're writing any kind of a loop and you have not provided any kind of a terminating condition. And if that happens, then your code can potentially get stuck in a terminating condition. Manually, you can press something like a Control C, or you can also press something like a stop button here to terminate the code. However, it's always good to not let that happen. Rather, think through the logic a little bit. Spend a little bit of a time there to make sure that your code is never stuck in an infinite loop. But sometimes it just so happens that you don't have enough time, or maybe the logic itself is fairly complicated. And in that case, you feel that there might be some blind spots that you haven't thought this through. And it's possible that your code might get stuck in an infinite loop. If that being the condition, then you can probably provide some additional conditions which will help you check if your code is stuck in an infinite loop or not. And if it is, then you can just go ahead and terminate it. Let's take a look at an example. So let me just add the same thing again, which is a is equal to a plus 1. But now I'm adding one more condition. So as you can see, that is pretty much very much similar to earlier, but now I'm kind of doing two more things. So I'm doing a is equal to a plus 1, but this code did not execute all the way up until 4, because now I'm checking that if a is equal to 2, then you just go ahead and break. Now what break statement does is that it will just break out of the immediate loop that it is in at that point in time, and then afterwards we will go to the main part of the code. In this case, there is no other main part of the code, so the code will stop executing. So a condition like this could definitely help if you feel that you have way too many conditions and you're not able to fully understand all the different permutation and combination that could be happening. So you can say that if my code has executed, let's say 1,000 times, afterwards you just go ahead and break it, because at that point in time, now you feel confident that the overall probably there is some issue in the logic. So that's pretty much it for a while loop. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day.